Hey guys, it's Rushy here. How you all doing? Back with another video. This one is actually a request from a subscriber, Omar. You guys probably see Omar in the comment section. He asked a very good question, I feel, about well, essentially he asked what is a 50-50 mix-up, and I think a lot of people will give you the various description as to what 50-50 mix-up is. And in my personal opinion, a 50-50 mix-up, or you can even have a 33-33-33 mix-up, one where you have to, there's various outcomes, is pretty much where you have to guess what's going to happen. So this is where there's no option select. So for those of you that don't know what an option select is, an option select is an option you choose which covers multiple scenarios. So an option select will defend you from a 50-50, for example, because it will cover both outcomes, one half and the other. If you have no option select against a 50-50 or multiple, if it has multiple outcomes, you can even have a four-way mix-up where you have four options to choose from. I can't think of any examples in Street Fighter 5, but I'm just sort of, theorizing. If you have an option select which covers all options, then that's not really, it's still a mix-up. It's still essentially a 50-50 or multiple more options. But if you have an option select, it saves you, as long as you know it, it saves you from that 50-50. If you have any control over the mix-up, then essentially it's not a scary mix-up. I suppose that's what I'm trying to say. It's not a scary mix-up. If you have to full on guess what the opponent is doing, whether it be a side switch, whether it be, do I press a button, do I neutral jump, we're talking command grabs there, that's a mix-up. That is a mix-up in itself. So that is the background. If I'm completely honest, Ken, Ryu, they don't have 50-50s. If anyone's going to tell me this is a 50-50, then they don't understand what a 50-50 is. So if I get Ryu to quick rise, let's see if he does it. Okay, so he's going to wake up 3 frame. Whilst this is a mix-up as such, it is a mix-up. Is it a mix-up? There is variable outcomes in terms of what Ken can do. It all depends on what Ryu does, which dictates what Ken can do, if that makes sense. So because Ryu has influence on the outcome of the situation, it's not, in my opinion, it's not a mix-up because the opponent has control. If you have no control and you have to guess, that's where it's a mix-up, a genuine mix-up. So what I'm talking about is, oh sorry, pressing the wrong button here. 4 frame. So you can see there, if I show you again, if I do a medium kick Tatsu in V trigger 1, and now I light kick Tatsu, and he quick rises, I go to the other side now. If he back rises, if he uses back rise, and I light kick Tatsu, I'm in front still, I'm not behind. Now that can be confusing to someone that doesn't know that technique, which I don't want to call it a mix-up. Let's call it a technique. That gimmick. Let's call it a gimmick. It's not. I don't know. It depends on what you want to term it, but it's not a mix-up because if Ryu doesn't quick rise, or he knows if I quick rise, Ken will end up on the other side. He has control over the situation, negating the inverted commas mix up, the gimmick essentially. So that's not a 50-50. I'm scrape the barrel now. Let's try this. I'm not too good at this setup, but this is what a 50-50 with Ken looks like. So if I were to do, get the spacing right. Now that stand medium kick, reset in the air after dive kick, and then V skill. You can even see that I landed on that side. It's weird. It depends on the setup you use. So if I go off the same setup every time, you can see there Ken ends on the other side. Now the Jones setup you can use here is, which I'm sure a lot of high level Kens know, if you whiff a light kick after your V skill, look at what side I'm on now. I'm on the left hand side. Now that to me is a legit mix up because the Ryu has no control there over that setup. He cannot do anything when he's in the air to control what side he'll end up on. Ken, on the other hand, can whiff the light kick, they end up on the left hand side, or cannot whiff the light kick, they end up behind them. I mean, if I was Jones Arcade now, I would, against skilled players, I probably wouldn't whiff the light kick because people expect him to do the light kick cross under, the cross under, if that makes sense, the double cross under. That is a legit mix-up because Ryu does not know what side he's on. That's a 50-50. I don't use it personally, but it's really powerful. You have to land the dive kick very close, like about this range. And yeah, if you get your spacing wrong, it doesn't work. You see, that's tricky as hell. That's the easier one to see. The stand light kick really throws the opponent off. I was a bit slow there, but that's essentially what you want to do. That is what a 50-50 is. A 50-50, in my opinion, my personal opinion, is where the opponent full on has to guess based on the aggressor's options given the situation. If you're fighting a command grab character and you wake up, you've got to be worried about a meaty, a normal throw, and a command grab. Now, trying to defend against a meaty normal and a meaty throw is bad enough, but there is an OS. You can delay tech to cover those two options. Add a command grab in there now, and then there's more of a threat. You can backdash, but then if they go for a normal, as long as the normal is timed correctly, the normal's going to hit. So you can't always use backdash. You can delay tech, but if you delay tech, your tech will not beat the command grab, so you'll still get command grabbed. You can't get out of a command grab unless you backdash or you neutral jump. If you neutral jump, you'll avoid both throws, but you'll get hit by the normal. So you can't delay neutral jump, because if they go for a meaty command grab, you have to eat it. Command grab characters put you in a blender because you have to guess. Put a character like Mika in that situation where she can side switch and stuff as well. Karen can do that, but she doesn't have a command grab. Makes it even more scary. So that's why command grab characters are very hard to deal with. If they have a read on you and they rack up that stun bar quick with a combination of meaties, just good reads, command grabs, you're going to die very quickly because there's no way other than guessing. You've got to read the opponent's tendencies to figure out what's going to happen, and you've got to think smart, look at the meter, look at the situation, look at the stun bar. That again is a 50-50. So it may not explain it in full detail, but in my opinion, that's my best possible way to explain what a 50-50 is. So if you've got any insight, any better descriptions or opinions on the topic, please feel free to shout in the comment section. But I'm hoping that's covered Almost question, and for any of you guys that weren't sure, hopefully that explains it in a bit more detail. Right guys, I shall catch you later on. Take care.